morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America. And hello to anyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And today I am going to be making a card using the Mediterranean Blooms suite. And let me bring in some of the gorgeous paper because that's much of what we'll be using today. So this has all kinds of citrus images on one side. I've used some of these before. And then the other side are gorgeous blue and white tile images. And I've used some of those before that you've seen. And I've used them in combination. But today, see, there's scraps from things that I've done. And let me see, I think it's still going even though, my page likes to, my computer monitor is freaking out. There we go. Hello, Gladys and Paula. Thanks for joining me today. Another part of this suite is the Citrus Blooms stamp set, and we'll be using a couple of things out of here today. And also these, what do they call them? Opal Rounds Assortment, and those are in colors that coordinate with the set. So let's get started. I'm actually, excuse me, my sinus issue has popped back up again, and I'm really ready to be done with all of that. So this is a card. I'm casing it from Sharon Armstrong, but I've changed the proportions a bit to fit A4 cardstock, but it's basically the same deal, and I will put measurements for both letter and A4 cardstock in my blog post for anybody who would like to recreate this. So I have taken one of the lemon images with its branch with leaves and flowers from piece of designer series paper, and this does not have coordinating dies. The orange images do have coordinating dies because they're the same images as the ones in the stamp set. But that's okay. I have decided I don't mind fussy cutting. Having really good sharp scissors is key, like our paper snips. And then largely I'm kind of holding my scissors still. I know I've mentioned this before when I've done fussy cutting, and moving the paper more than the scissors themselves usually. The other trick that people have mentioned that I think is helpful is don't look necessarily where the paper is being cut, but where you want to be headed. And that helps you get what you want. And then it's just practice. Practice, practice, practice. So, what's going on with you guys? Yes, it's very summery. Today, or at least this morning, we have lots of nice bright sunshine, and it's warmed up just a little bit from where it was, which is good because it was really, really chilly. You know, again, not like what I lived through when I lived in Illinois and Michigan and all that, but for here, yes. And I don't know, they're just only now coming to understand things like double glazing on windows and draft stopping and insulation and not having gaps open to the outside. And so even though our house isn't too terribly old, we're still finding some things like it's only got single glazing, and yeah. Well, the fussy cutting, again, this is because I've practiced. I mean, if you sit there and you don't do it and you just don't want to do it, it's harder. This is another one of those things. It's like learning to tie bows. I tell people to take a piece of ribbon or twine and sit and put on a TV show or a movie and just sit there and tie and untie and try, double strands and big bows and little bows until you just learn how to do it. And that's the same thing with fussy cutting. Just take, half a sheet of the paper and just sit there and cut out all of the shapes. So that's going to go on there. Get it where you guys can see maybe with help. And we're going to do some stamping on that white piece before we get into putting that on. So let's bring this here. And I have 2 of the stamps from this set. I've got this, I guess it's a little tile pattern, and the Just Checking In sentiment. And let's see here. And I'm going to stamp over here. And I'm going to stamp one. I'm going to turn it around and just do it same thing, but it's going to be up on that corner. And then this one, see now, I'm going to show you here. I don't think this is straight on how the stamp is die cut. And who knows how it is in relation to how I put the label on there. So I'm going very old school, and I'm bringing in my old Stamp-A-Ma-Jig, which is what we used to have well before, long before we had a Stamparatus. And what you do is you mount up your stamp and you put it on this plastic sheet like this, and you stamp. Well, I'll just show you. We'll just go through the whole thing. If you have one that's languishing in the back of your craft stash, I love mine. And when I have red rubber sentiments, especially these little ones that it's just going to be so obvious if it's crooked, I pull it out. So this is flush on the corner of the plastic, and you can do it this way. You can do it wherever you're comfortable doing it. It's just going to make it nice and square. I'm used to doing it this way, so that's what I'm going to do. And you just stamp that onto the plastic. So now you can see exactly where it is. Do not move this stamp after you've put it on here, or you'll have to start from scratch again. Bring in where you want it to be. Make sure you can see that clearly. And then put it where you want it. Hi, Lorraine. Well, maybe this will help you learn how to use it. Now, this can be, you want to make sure that your sentiment is square. I'm going to get that on the grid paper a little better. Square. Now I can see that square. You want your sentiment straight on, looking like that. Now, this is going to come in. And now, do not move this at all, no matter what. That is anchored down. My right hand is moving, my left hand is anchoring everything down. Now, again, square up into that corner, straight down, straight up. Now it's perfect. Exactly where I had the plastic sheet. And that's that. How quick and easy was that? Okay, so I'm going to glue this piece on flat. Oh, you got rid of yours, Lorraine? Oh well. Okay, that's on there. Now let's put this on here. And I'm gonna look, a lot of times I cut mine just a little bit big. You can see it's hanging out just a little bit. So I am going to put glue on here. Make sure I get it going the right direction. And now I'm going to get it flush on 2 out of 4 sides. See, it's fine at the bottom, fine enough at the bottom, and it's hanging out a little bit there, but that's going to be okay. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. You can use your snips too to do this. But I find if I have a nice sharp blade on there, I can do that. And good. And that can go flat on there because I'm going to use dimensionals on the lemons. So who's a friend that you've got that you're going to just check in on? I've got a friend, her daughter's getting married in August, and I might send it to her because I think things are going a little crazy. Let's put some dimensionals on there. I like using edges on things that stick out a lot like that. Let's see how that goes. How did I attach the white strip on the bar of my trimmer? So some people just cut strips of cardstock and then use glue dots to put it on. Mine is actually, I had in my stash, and I don't know if they still make it or not, but mine is this 2-line Post-it tape. and I found that that sticks on there just perfectly. So if it ever starts not sticking, I can remove it and put a new one. But yeah, if you don't have this or don't want to go out and buy this, yeah, just a strip of basic white cardstock with glue dots is what other people I've seen do. But it's great. If you don't know what she's referring to, it's right here where the ruler is, so you can actually see the markings. And I have the metric guide. I also have, it comes with the inches. I got the metric one since I work in metric so much, but I got it on both because when I do fun fold cards, a lot of times they're in inches and I can just swap them out. But yeah, that's how to do that. It's a good thing. Okay, those are all off. I like that. I thought it would be fun to add some more, like around the, so around each of the big clusters, there are these scattering of flowers, and then you also have edge pieces. So I thought it'd be fun to put some of those, not to waste them. And so before we came on, I went ahead and cut out the ones that were right around the big cluster I had. And I think I will add those in, kind of cascading down this corner, just to have a little something inside. I think just little dots of glue will hold it just enough. It is hard to see on that busy pattern there. Yeah, I don't, now that people, I don't know how much Post-it tape they're making anymore. I find it really useful. And I can't tell because not everything that's available in the States is available here. I promise you Staples or Office Max or Office Depot, whoever's around still, is going to be on my must-hit list when I'm back in the States in October. Okay, I can tell I've got a little bit of glue oozed out that I will need to clean up so that it's not gluing my card closed. And I thought it'd be fun to add a few of these opal rounds to some flower centers. So let's see here. About there. Another big one there. Yeah, and I think I'm going to call that done. That was really fast, especially because I had some of the stuff cut out already. But it makes up for somewhere I've taken a long time to show you stuff, right? Yeah. So, what else do I need to tell you about today? There are more online exclusives going on sale starting July 3rd. So I will be back, right? Yep, I think just before then or just after then. I can't even tell. Anyhow, if you are in Australia and you would like to do my winter stamp camp, that's coming up the 20th and 21st of July. It is featuring, I will pull this out and show you real fast. This upcoming, what is it called? Season of Gold and Green. Season of Green and Gold suite of products. It has a lot of gold foil on one side and some greens. There's the gold foil sides. And these have dies that cut them out. And then the other side is lots of greens, really pretty greens. And we are doing a Christmas in July theme with all of this. It also has coordinating vellum with some lovely, lovely designs on it. You can see I've already cut into it. And I've also found this, what did they call this? Is this the right one? No. Here we go. Gold mercury vellum. So I've pulled in some of this too to use in this set of projects. And you can either come and do it at my house on that weekend, or you can purchase the kit and get all the tutorials, or you can purchase just the tutorial and craft along at home at your own pace. If you're anywhere in the world, you can purchase the tutorial, and it's going to have 2 home decor type projects and lots of cards, because this is to get a head start on your Christmas cards. And yeah, keep looking for more information. But if you're in Australia and you would like to have a kit or come do it in person, I need to hear from you by July 1st in order to get materials ordered and prepped for everybody for the 20th and 21st. So if you're coming in person, it's all day Saturday and Sunday. It includes snacks all day long, you know, morning and afternoon tea that I've baked, lunch made by me, and all of the projects, and lots of, you know, product, the whole season of Green and Gold suite of products, plus all of the pieces you need to make the projects. And yeah, so I think it's $300 and it includes all of that. And the suite of products is like $285 by itself. So yeah, you're getting a good deal with that. So let me know. You can reach out to me at Nancy at nancysniftynotes.com if you'd like to register, or go to the classes and events section on my website, and you will be able to see all of the details there. So thanks for joining me. I will be back same time, same place next week. I will give you a heads up if I'm still having trouble getting a working video to download from Facebook to post onto YouTube. I may look into moving my live from Facebook to YouTube, because I don't like not being able to download that video and putting it up over there. So I will give you plenty of warning if I'm going to switch platforms, but I will let you know. So I will see you next week. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.